A physician in Connecticut noticed that there were women who were starting to develop deepened voices. They were developing hair, so-called hirsutism, where they didn't want hair to be. They lost their menstrual cycles, and the reason is when they went back to look, they found that they had been taking these products, and that these products, these vitamin products, had been inadvertently contaminated with anabolic steroids.
Wow.
I mean, how does that happen? How do you accidentally put anabolic steroids in a vitamin preparation? And so they took them off the market, and the CEO of the company, complained that, see, this is what happens when Big Pharma doesn't let the little guy survive. I mean, come on. There was anabolic steroids in your vitamin preparations. That's a problem.
But in your book, you actually talk about the contamination and unknown products and morphine and arsenic and heavy metals in these patent medicines for 100 years.
Right, and there was a time when we were on the verge, I think, of really regulating this, and by 1961, you couldn't sell products in this country unless you proved them to be safe and effective, and this sort of shadow industry grew up. This dietary supplement vitamin industry grew up to the side of that, and when there were attempts both in the early 70s and the early 90s to regulate these products, they were defeated by what was a growing industry that had gotten very powerful, very politically connected, especially through a Republican from Utah named Orrin Hatch, who sold these as a young man, sold these products as a young man, and is very much, frankly, in the pocket of this industry. And he has been able to successfully defeat legislation, much to the detriment of the consumer.
It seems like it's not a Democrat or Republican issue. It's each particular politician and their relationship to the industry.
Exactly. I mean, that kind of money can buy votes on both sides of the aisle.
And I assume the organization you're talking about is this National Health Federation?
Yeah, there's a few. I mean, there's big lobbying groups for this industry. There's one called the Council for Responsible Nutrition. I mean, they represent this industry, and they want to make sure that this industry can continue to do what they're doing, which is sell their products essentially unregulated. I mean, technically, the FDA since 2007 has been given the charge to make sure that the label on the bottle actually reflects what's in the bottle, and that these companies are making these products according to good manufacturing practices. But there's thousands of these companies. They move around, and the FDA, frankly, doesn't have the manpower to do that. Looking for no better example than this Purity First story. I mean, anabolic steroids and vitamins. That's not a regulated industry.
But what do people, I mean, you'd think that people would say, wow, 22% increase in death rates from cancer. I want that regulated. I want to know about that. You'd think they'd go to their politician and demand action.
They don't know about it. I mean, they don't know about it. Doctors don't know about it. I mean, it's there. I mean, I sort of go through the data in my book. But I think most people don't know about it. I think people in the nutrition world know about it. I mean, scientists in the nutrition world certainly know about it. It's not controversial, but nothing seems to be done. And I think it's sad because people don't realize the risks that they're taking.
When do you think it will change, or will it never change?
I think the only way it'll change is when the consumer stands up and says, this is not okay. I think it's especially with this Purity First disaster. I mean, how many of these disasters have to happen before somebody stands up and says, I want to know that what's on the label is what's in the bottle? For us at Children's Hospital of Philadelphia, I'm the head of the Therapeutic Standards Committee. We've essentially taken dietary supplements off the formulator. We strongly discourage their use because every time the parents want to give this to their children, and we just try and get something called a certificate of analysis from these companies, which only means give us one page that says that this product has been independently analyzed and that what's on the bottle is what's on the label. What's in the bottle is what's on the label. And we can't even get that. And when we get it, it's often not there's no correlation. We just had one. It's a beta-carotene product. Is on the label. It says 25,000 international units, and when we got the certificate of analysis, it was 50,000 international units. I mean, it's pathetic, and we're not going to put our children in our hospital at risk from these products when we have no idea what's in the bottle. It's that simple.
But isn't everyone at risk? I mean, isn't the whole population at risk with what's going on here?
Of course, yeah. I'm just talking about my hospital because that's one place where I have some control over this. But no, you're right. It's awful.
Now you talk about there's 51,000 supplements out there, and I think you give a list of what supplements are beneficial out of those 51,000.
Yeah, there are certainly situations in which one needs to supplement themselves or their children. If a woman exclusively breastfeeds their child and they don't get outside much, the child should be supplemented with vitamin D. If you're a vegan, you should take iron as well as certain B complex vitamins. Women of childbearing age should supplement themselves with folic acid, which is vitamin B9, at least 400 micrograms a day. Now, these days, that's really present supplemented in grains and rice and pastas and bread, so it's hard actually not to get enough folic acid in your diet, but that's a recommendation. So that's true. I mean, there's a question about whether vitamin D and calcium are of value in people who, as they get older and their bones get thinner, that would be a value there. I mean, sort of the bloom has come off that rose, frankly, and there's a United States sort of National Society for Prevention which doesn't recommend that. So that's sort of in the maybe category. I had omega-3s in the maybe category until more recent data shows that it doesn't seem to affect heart disease, and if anything, seems to increase also one's risk of cancer, especially prostate cancer. So that's out. Really, melatonin. I would say melatonin. You can get a quality product, and I think there are pretty decent data showing that does help for people that have insomnia. So that's a winner.
What's going to be the impact on Americans since you've written this book?
Let's think. It sold fewer than 300 million copies, so I don't know.
Well, it's got a lot of good reviews.
No, it's got good reviews in the New York Times and Washington Post and Boston Globe. That's all good.
Wall Street Journal.
I think it's. I certainly had a number of people call and write me saying that they now no longer take vitamins. So that's good. I'd like to think, but it's just a book. I'm up against a $34 billion a year industry. I'm going to vote with the industry on this as to who's going to have the continued biggest impact.
If you were a Surgeon General of the United States, what would you do to make this country safer?
I would do everything I could to make sure people understood what's going on, because the Surgeon General certainly has a bigger platform, obviously, than I have at Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. I think that it's such a big industry. Now, half of all Americans at some level engage in this industry, and about 10% of children take these products, and we should know what we're getting. So I think it's like a shadow medicine industry, and it sort of lives under this untouchable halo, and I think it's time that this halo was touched.
We actually got through like less than a quarter of what I'd like to, and I wonder if I could invite you back in a month or two and continue on this topic and your other topics that you've written about and been so enlightening about.
Happy to. I just don't want to miss the next Dallas Giants game, though. That's the only thing I would add.
All right. We got a couple of callers, which I'm going to take, and I appreciate you coming on. Again, the book is called Do You Believe in Magic by Paul Offit, Offit, MD. It's by Harper. I recommend it strongly. It can probably help your life, save your life, and cost less than a bottle of vitamins.
Thank you.
Thank you. God bless you. We'll take a call from Paul first. Paul, can I have your question?
Yeah, I just want to rebut some of the big pharma propaganda I'm hearing here tonight.
Okay, well, we're just at the end of the hour, so why don't you just call me at 212 Choices, and we'll be happy to take that and want to talk to you all about that. And Geraldine with an ear tumor.
Oh, yes, hi. My daughter just recently found out that she had a tumor in the ear, they said, and they said they either have to go in through the inner ear to take a biopsy, or they have to drill through her brain or something.
Well, she probably has an acoustic neuroma, which is our specialty, and our show is just ending now, so if you call me after hours or during the week at 212 Choices, 212-246-4237. I'd like to speak to you about that, and if you can get me the MRIs, I'd like to review that with you. So just call me during the week or anytime after hours, and I'll be happy to answer the question. We're going to go to our sponsor now for just one short message. For cancer treatment, most prefer effective, non-invasive, well-tolerated outpatient therapy. At Radiosurgery New York, the radiosurgery pioneers, that's our goal too. We're first in America, first in New York, first for you with body radiosurgery. We hit your cancer from head to toe with no cutting, no bleeding. We have decades of experience with primary and metastatic, large or small cancers. Cancer treatment with possibly a second chance for you, even if chemo, radiation, or surgery didn't work or isn't tolerated. Our goals are the best results and quality of life. Hi, I'm Dr. Gil Lederman. For a free booklet and DVD, call 212 Choices. 212 Choices for a fresh second opinion. Most insurances, Medicare, Medicaid accepted. We're super convenient, Broadway and 38th in Manhattan. Hyperthermia 2. To hit your cancer, call 212 Choices. 212 Choices for Radiosurgery, New York.
News Talk Radio 710
WOR.
At Radiosurgery, New York, the best prostate cancer treatment is custom tailored for you. Each man with prostate cancer is unique and seeks the best results based upon PSA, Gleason score, and stage. That's why custom-tailored prostate cancer treatment is most logical. Not every man should get the same treatment. Custom prostate cancer treatment here is outpatient and takes as little as 1 hour. Our goals are your best results, avoiding radical surgery, maintaining your sexual and urinary function, and your life. Most insurances, Medicare, Medicaid accepted. Hi, I'm Dr. Gil Lederman. Call us at 212 Choices, 212 Choices for a fresh second opinion and a free booklet DVD. Conveniently located in Manhattan at 38th and Broadway. For your custom-tailored prostate cancer treatment, call 212 Choices. 212 Choices. Cherish your life with custom-tailored prostate cancer treatment at Radiosurgery, New York.
Welcome back to the Radiosurgery Hour. This is Rob Redstone here with Dr. Gil Lederman at the WOR Studios in the heart of New York City. We're just a few steps from the Radiosurgery New York Cancer Treatment Center on Broadway and 38th Street. Dr. Lederman, the leading cancer expert, treats prostate cancer non-invasively. He was the first in New York with fractionated brain radiosurgery, and he's the first in America and in the Western Hemisphere with body radiosurgery. You can also call Dr. Lederman at 212 Choices for a free informative booklet and DVD. Hey, Dr. Lederman, we're back.
Hi, it's Gil Lederman. Thank you for a great hour. Thank you, Dr. Paul Offit, talking about your new book, Do You Believe in Magic? For all the callers that called in and we couldn't get to you, please call us at 212 Choices, 212 Choices for the free booklet and DVD. I'm happy to answer your questions during work hours or after. Again, that number is 212-246-4237, 212-246-4237. Thank you for tuning in. We'll be back next Saturday, WABC at 6:30 in the morning, and next week Sunday on WOR at 6 to 7 a.m. and 9 to 10 p.m. I appreciate you listening, and God bless, and have a great week. Bye now.
Thanks for tuning in to the Radiosurgery Hour with Dr. Gil Lederman and myself. If you have questions before next week's show or want a free informative booklet and DVD, just contact Dr. Lederman at 212 Choices. That's 212-246-4237. That's 212-246-4237. Till next week.
The proceeding was a paid program. WOR's airing of this program constitutes neither an endorsement of the products offered or the ideas expressed.